It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with the grand reveal in Laguna, Niguel. Yay, Cully. Cully, Terry, Hannah, and I, with a cameo by Greg, who came in clutch bringing materials back and forth. We got her done in 3 days, right? Here's the little hose area. I hope that you all gain some inspiration from this, because who does not have this in their yard? And all it is a tiny bit of mounded soil, a few little pieces of rubble rock kind of framing out those little mounds, and then just some very simple low profile succulents in different colors and textures. This Ruchia, which is one of my very, very favorites, is a really leathery, tough ground cover, rather slow growing, but if it likes its home, it will spread very slowly and then in the springtime get hot pink flowers all over it. So it is absolutely a favorite of mine. The HOA said no exposed hoses, so Hannah popped this pot right there. We love it, and it's a win. Now, this is not part of this phase, so we just staged a little rock to give the eye somewhere to stop, so it doesn't look, oh, well, wait, they ran out of rock? No, clearly that's the end of it. All right, so this is for another day. Not today. And we started here with these attenuatas that were already here and underplanted with a beautiful selection of landscape bromeliads from Waterwise Botanicals. She had, the top dressing rock we chose is a chamois beige 3/8. Our boulders are jasper purple, honey onyx, and honey quartz and Grand Canyon onyx mix from KRC. We got the chamois beige from Southwest Boulder because KRC was out. And I just threw down some little shiny black pebbles that she had in bags just for funsies out here. I didn't want to, overdo it, because the garden needs to tell a story, and this is the appetizer. So people come up, they start to see, succulents in Talavera. Oh, how cute. Terry did a spectacular job of editing all of our clients' pots by the front door, put some of her cute little Talavera pieces in them. We top dressed with fire glass, which I got from Southwest Boulder and Stone. But see, I talk a lot about Talavera pots and how I prefer one-offs in Talavera so that the Talavera can shine. So in most cases, you'll see that that's what we've done. She already had one ball, which she got at Planter Paradise. We have a new resource for you, particularly you all that are up here in the Orange County, LA area or Inland Empire. Gonz, Gonz, decorations in Whittier. And wait until you see what our client got there this morning. Okay, so this is where it begins. This is the Jewel Box Garden. Now remember, Jewel Box Garden is a theme. Not every garden is the same, and I'm catering to the whims and to the expectations and to the dreams of my clients. And this is a small enough space that our client can come out and she can putter and pick little weeds and pick up little leaves and handle detritus, no problem. So I did get very intricate in this installation, knowing that she's going to have a really fun time keeping up with everything. We have my black 3/8 on top of the chamois beige. And again, I don't use the 3/8 as a topper, as a secondary topper that often, because it's, a little on the fragile side if you have pets or stiff winds or kids that run through things or, a lot of ground to cover. I won't do it. But in an area this contained, and with the enthusiasm of the client, absolutely pulled in some black 3/8. And I used 12 50-pound bags to achieve this look of just the black rock fingering through. And the effect is, it really helps bring out the mounds, bring out the height. It does add tremendous depth and it gives the eye something to follow. So it's just very pleasant. It just really instigates a really pleasant viewing experience. It's gentle, where you don't have to make decisions because the rock takes you on a journey. And if you just follow the black rock, it will get you through to see everything that you need to see. So we have, pulled in some pots. We've pulled in art. Remember, I talked too about how important it is to bring art and pots into the garden spaces. There's nothing wrong with staging pots on your patio, but don't forget to put some in the installation too. It's just a really cool look. Over here around the air conditioner, I just decided to go more of a xeriscopic desert Jackson Pollock theme. Felt right, so I just pulled in a few small agaves, a couple of small cactus, a few of her little Talavera odds and ends, and then I just pollocked the rock. I've got chamois beige, black 3/8, oro, verde, chips, and some of her black round rock, just kind of all thrown around in there for fun, kind of to break it all up. Terry's plumeria pot is exquisite and top dressed with little blue beads. It's just very, very restful to the eye. Yeah, and then over here, this is where I started. I was led. My energy just kind of brought me over to this area. And it's where I staged her agave sun glow. And then I built this garden out around it. Once I got a section done yesterday morning and the guys were able to see what I was going, they were able to pick it up. And I'm so thrilled to show you the vignettes that were completed by the crew. Over here we have Hannah, and she worked her magic around the giant ball and just did a spectacular job of combining her colors and her textures. And again, she understands how things are going to grow and plan it accordingly. Things that were going to get taller are in the back, and things that'll stay more low profile are in the front. Oh yes, and then she has an aloe glauca that just didn't quite feel like it was enough visually, so she added a couple of aloe blue elf, which are really just distant cousins, aren't they? I mean, they look very similar, and I love that she companion those plants. They're just different enough to be interesting, but mostly the same. And the cotyledons, the lechuga and the sticks, I love that combination. So beautiful. We got a lot of really cool, interesting one-off aloes and echeverias at Waterwise and Oasis this time around. Yes, and then here is the white spine. I wanted to showcase it. So our client had this Talavera pot with a bunch of stuff in it, and I took the stuff out, just stuck in my little white spine, and then top dressed with a collection of glass. This was some glass that I actually commandeered from another pot of hers, and I threw it on top of this blue. I thought that was pretty cool. Then the new showpiece in the garden that was inspired by our dear Tustin client Roz, who said, go to Gonz's in Whittier, you need a Katrina. And there she is. Isn't she stunning? This is her garden now. She sits on top of a hill. She can be seen from all the rooms of the house. And she really does just bring this all together. So much phenomenal Talavera. And our client understands that she needs to apply some restraint and not go totally crazy. And I told her now she needs to choose pieces that mean something to her, not just pick up a Talavera pot at Home Goods because it's on sale, but get things that really speak to her specifically. She has become a collector. So those of you that are close enough to drive to Waterwise Botanicals, or I'm sorry, well, go there too, but to Robert's at Planter Paradise in El Cajon, he got more Talavera in yesterday. So he is open tomorrow. He's closed Mondays and Tuesdays. But if you can get to Roberts tomorrow, you might be able to grab some stuff and run into Cullen and Blonde Terry, who plan on going and scoping it out. This Talavera fountain is, she is going to have her electrician come and run electrical so that she can turn it on. But she got this from someone who sells Talavera out of her garage. Off OfferUp. So
What about here? What you did with the...
she got the hookup. Yeah, and then there was this piece of lava rock that had the hole in it, and I just thought that would be a really fun place to throw in some leftover fiberglass just for funsies. And Colin's idea was to stage this vase, which the color is so stunning, but just leave it empty. You know, we don't always need to put plants in things, do we? And actually, I love this. I threw some blue glass beads at the base of it with that brevifolia and that nobilis, and then distans on the other side.
It's pretty.
It is, and the little bird sitting there. That really came together, that little vignette. I really am happy with that. Looks really, really good. So pray with me now, everyone, that she will have her jasmine bloom this summer and enjoy it, but then realize what a hot mess it is and say, Laura, come take out the jasmine and finish the garden so that I can do more. Can you imagine? This is about 15 feet by 2.5. I could do a lot here, huh? I could do a lot. And even in the summer months, this isn't going to get as hot as some other areas of the yard. So there's that. Then over here, you know, one of Sally's biggest concerns when I met with her the very first time were her agave attenuata ray of light. She had planted over where the fountain is now, and they just struggle busted all summer long, not happy. And I told her, well, we'll move them someplace else. And this is the perfect place. This is the most protected spot in the whole yard. They are going to grow there and be so, so happy there. Then Terry came in and staged this beautiful Talavera pot, which flanks the one over in the other corner that has the glauca in it. We put the trigona in it, and then she underplanted, much in the style as how she did out front by the garage, but on a bigger scale, with just the boulders, the elevations. You know, then we did some top dressing. You'll notice I did not add any black or any jade or any other rock. Restraint, right? So here's my restraint. I just left it with just chamois beige. And then this magnificent creature, this pot was so sad and kind of off on a side of the yard in the Garden of Death. And I said, I like that. It's a big, heavy concrete planter. And let's just plant it out and stick it there on the corner. So what we have, you know, are just the two pots in the actual landscape. And both of the pots in the landscape are very demure and very understated. And I just think they make such a fantastic backdrop to all of this extraordinary, colorful beauty here. So, turns out Sally, our client, wanted me to come do her garden for a long time, but didn't think that I did gardens. She thought I was just a TV personality. And I'm not. So this is what I do, and this is what I love to do. So if you'd like to have me come consult in your garden and see if we can make some magic for you, please reach out on the website at designforserenity.com, and I'll reach back out, have you send me some pictures, and we'll see if we can work together. Yay. So 3 days, done and done. Another one in the books in Laguna, Niguel for Design for Serenity. This is Laura Eubanks with your grand reveal and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.